one. Hello, welcome to the Ecco Flipping Podcast. This is episode number 3. I am your host, Cody, and then we have our first guest on today. This is the first guest. This is a pretty not gonna lie, this is a pretty big deal. We have our first guest. Her name is Kyra, and I'll let her introduce herself. Kind of tell me and the viewers what you do in your free time. What point are you at in your life? Just what do you do in general?
That's so awkward.
You're good.
It's so awkward. I don't like how this feels.
This is going on the episode. I'm just letting you know
I know, because you don't edit anything out of
that. I know.
anything.
Exactly.
You
It's
keep
going
it
straight
raw.
on to the tubes.
You keep it raw, you keep it real.
Yes.
You keep it uncut.
Uncut.
Well, it's only awkward because, you know,
No.
because we're dating and I feel awkward.
What? What are you talking about?
It's your audience.
I am interested in your professional career.
Okay. Well, I guess now I'm technically talking to your audience. Hello, I'm Kyra. I have 2 YouTube channels. Well, yes. My solo YouTube channel is called ShyCloud, and then I have a YouTube channel that I mainly work on and edit videos for with my friend, which will possibly be on the next episode, the Jada and Kyra channel. And yeah, I edit videos and dabble in making logos and illustrating stuff using Adobe products.
I feel like you're underplaying it a little bit. You're a college student and you have 2 YouTube channels that you work on. That's pretty crazy. And if you guys haven't seen her Kyra and Jada channel, she uploads there basically like once every 3 days. She uploads there pretty frequently, and she's got some good reaction videos on there that are starting to get a lot of traction. I think she's on the come up. Uh,
Thanks.
I just wanted to ask you a question. What made you want to be on YouTube?
Um, like any other, uh, not prepubescent child, but like any other child that grew up with the interwebs, the internet per se, watching YouTube all the time and just watching a bunch of vloggers and stuff, that was my initial, uh, interest in wanting to have a YouTube channel and post content. The older I got, the more I was finding myself stuck in finding a true passion that I could possibly make a living off of. So I started editing videos for fun as a hobby while I was um, focusing mainly on photography through high school. And yeah, once I graduated, my parents were like, well, you're up in your room all day editing anyways, so you might as well go to school for it. So I'm doing an AS degree in digital cinema, and I'm also going to be finishing off an AS degree in digital media as well after that.
So that's pretty cool. So you're going to school to get that education for your degree, but you're not only doing that. You're going out and you're actually practicing the art of
Yeah.
making these different videos, and you're posting on social media. I
Well,
think it's
yeah.
really interesting. Like a lot of people, they never start. They always go, "Oh, I wanna post on social media," or "I wanna do this," but then they never do.
Yeah.
Um, I just want to know like what made you actually want to start doing it, rather than just being like, "Oh, I'd like to do that one day," because that's how most people think. They're like, "Oh, I'll do it one day."
Well, for me, like, okay, so your basic what are you asking exactly? Like, what was my interest in just actually going through with it? Like, my thought process?
Like, what made you actually want to start? Because there's a lot of people that don't ever start.
What made me actually want to start was the fact that I don't want to live my life full of regret and being like, I shoulda, I coulda, and I definitely knew I woulda. So, shoulda, coulda, woulda basically was my thought process. So, I started because the older I got and the less and less friends that I had by choice, um, the more I became focused and trying to figure out what was really important to me and the type of things that I want to put out into the world. Because, yeah, a bunch of YouTubers, they can have like the same idea and like do the same video, but each person in life is different. So every different video that's basically the same thing is going to be different and connect to a completely different audience than someone else. And I was in the thought process of, well, I feel like I'm pretty unique as a person. Uh, I can't tell you how many times I've met people and they're like, "You're so unique." That's like, and I've been told that by strangers, by customers, at every place that I've worked. Obviously, I caught you into that trap. Uh, I like to think that I'm pretty ordinary, but the more I heard that I was pretty unique from a bunch of outsiders that don't really know me personally, that's when I sort of had the drive and motivation like, hey, even though a lot of people make these types of YouTube videos, if I put out content, it's going to be very unique to who I am and show who I am versus like what someone else already has put out there, even if it's the same concept of a video.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty special. Like a lot of people, they don't want to they don't like they want to start a channel, but then they overthink it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, everybody's pretty different. So
Mm-hmm.
some people are a lot different than others, but everybody has their own story to tell. Everybody lives a different life. Comes from a different family. So
Yeah.
it depends. Like if you want to make content, you should just start making content because somebody might enjoy your content and
Yeah.
sympathize with your situation because maybe they're similar to you or they know
Exactly.
somebody who's similar to you. So
Or like for me, I found that a lot of YouTubers that I was watching growing up, I couldn't really click with them or relate to them until I got older and more people that were similar to me started actually putting content out there. And I was like, well, I'm not exactly like that person. So another reason why I started was like, I don't know how many people could have been in the same boat as me where they're looking for that one content creator that's like putting stuff out there, but they can't find one that they can relate to. And I feel like, you know, maybe I could be that person for someone who doesn't want to particularly make a channel, but to just like consume the content.
yeah, I think that's really how it is. Like a lot of the time, like you don't know what wasn't put out per se. Like I'll be looking at a channel and be like, wow, this is amazing. But then they have like 5 videos. It's like, what if they had a
Exactly.
hundred videos? They'd probably skyrocket. But they only had five, or maybe, like you said, like you're looking for something and then it's not even there yet.
Yeah, yeah. And then it's like years later, and then you go back and look for it, and then all of a sudden it's either someone younger than you or someone like your age that just started putting out the content years later when you find it, and you're like, man, if only they started putting out content earlier, maybe I could have found someone to enjoy
Yeah,
and like support. But also, I find that even though there's like thousands of YouTubers that do the same thing, there's millions of people to consume content. And I was watching this one video of this woman who had a if you're gonna start a YouTube channel advice tips video, and she basically said being on YouTube and finding a good YouTuber to watch is like making friends. There's some that you click with, and there's some that you don't click with. So that pushed me a lot more to want to pump out more content, mainly on the Jada and Kyra channel for now. I do have a lot of content that I have filmed and ready to edit for the ShyCloud channel, but for now, that's a little bit on the back burner until I can catch up like a week ahead in the uploads for the Jada and Kyra channel, and then I'll start pumping out a bunch of stuff, like maybe every day, every other day, depending on how much content I can get out of the footage. But yeah, but I definitely like that mindset for anyone that really, really wants to make a YouTube channel, but they're like very discouraged because they have the mindset of there's thousands of YouTubers and content creators out there already. Maybe if I'm like starting a channel, it wouldn't make a difference. But what they don't realize is that it does make a difference. And it very much is like making friends. There's a lot of people that make content that I think I like, but then I don't click with their personality. So I have to go on a hunt for someone else
Yeah, so
to
you
like
gotta
watch.
find somebody that's good. I think it's really interesting that you said like the oh trying to make friends with content,
Mhm,
because even if you're you're like a creator or a viewer, you can
mhm,
almost become friends with that person or like
mhm.
live the like vicariously live through their videos.
Exactly. That's what I do. I mean, when I watch other content creators that I've clicked with, I basically live vicariously through their content. Like that's why I love moving vlogs. I love house tours. I love like shopping hauls. I just like seeing like things about someone else's life and how they make that aesthetic. You, you see any of my like history, a lot of the stuff is very like either very cinematic or very aesthetic to like a certain type of personality, like a more soft or chic personality type. Yeah.
Oh, another thing to note is I don't have too much of a following or anything like that, but ever since I put myself on social media,
Yeah.
I've um I've contacted a few different people, and people have messaged me either about my Instagram account or
Mhm.
about my channel and asked me for advice. And I've also
Mhm.
learned a ton from social too. So that's another reason why people should just make content. It's like you can just learn from others all of the time.
Exactly. And I mean, when I was first, like before I even got into video editing, because I was reading a lot of fan fictions at the time, being a regular teenage girl and stuff, I wanted to make my own GIFs if I was writing any stories. Stop making those little faces over there. I caught you.
I can't help but laugh.
I apologize for being unprofessional, but like, oh, I just want to let my story out there. So the backstory to what, like, before I first started video editing, I wanted to make my own GIFs. So I googled so many different ways on how to take a video off of YouTube, like a music video or maybe a movie clip, and turn it into those like really smooth HD looking GIFs that you see on Tumblr that then get put onto like other social medias all the time. And after I was trying technique after technique after technique for years, I finally formed my own technique, which I found a lot easier than anything that I ever Googled and ever like YouTube search.
Yeah.
So basically, I take little things that I've learned, and I was like, okay, what if I put all these things together and sort of form my own technique? And that just made the whole process a lot easier. And my Tumblr's still blowing up. I probably have like 300 followers because of even my gifts that I made back when I was like 15.
That's good. Did you ever make a tutorial for your gifts?
Yes, I have. It's a very long video. I'm thinking, actually, I'm not thinking. I've actually planned to redo and refilm the tutorial. That way, it's like short, sweet, and to the point.
All right.
That way, it can help other people because there's so many different techniques out there. But I feel like this technique might help someone, in case they couldn't understand the other techniques, like how I had trouble.
For anybody that wants to learn GIFs, we'll just have it her channel and that GIF video linked in the description. I mean her two channels and the GIF that's the GIF video linked in the description, just in case you want to learn. I've seen her GIFs before. They're actually pretty nice. Um,
Oh, thanks.
I honestly I think if you put them on like the other social media platforms, people will love them too. But I
I
know
mean,
there's like some limitations.
yeah, there's certain limitations. Like if they'll actually run or anything like that. Like Instagram, it doesn't support GIFs yet. It has to be like video or pictures.
Yeah,
But like that's why I post everything on Tumblr. I did try to post some of the stuff on We Heart It or Pinterest, but that was just not the platform for it. It was just not it for me. But I mean, my Tumblr's still popping. I get notifications every day.
that's good. Yeah, and you're on multiple platforms. You're on Tumblr, you're on Instagram, you're on YouTube.
YouTube.
I can't think of any others, but
Nope, that's about it. I mean, I have a Snapchat, but I don't use it because I don't see a point in using it if I already have Tumblr, Facebook,
yeah, I feel like
YouTube.
Snapchat's kind of dying down now, but some people still do use it.
I mean, people call us old, and by people, I mean like people 5 years younger than us call us old for still using Snapchat. So,
Yeah. Um, so I just wanted to ask you, what type of content do you make on each channel, and like what type of content are you looking to make in the future?
so right now, on specifically the Jada and Kyra channel, we make a bunch of vlogs when we hang out together. We have a couple of mukbang like Q&A types get to know us like talking videos on there. Some videos that we have on that channel are like some of Jada's Twitch like gameplay that I've edited down, which I don't really have time to do that anymore, so I'm hoping she learns how to like post and edit her own gameplay clips on there. Um, and then we have reaction videos that have blown up completely. Honestly, we started that channel probably a month or so ago, and we started with 3 subscribers when we first posted our first video. And now, as of today, we're at 40 subscribers,
Yeah,
which is
it's
completely insane.
popping
It's
for
completely insane.
for a channel that like just started off. That's
Within a
actually
month,
pretty crazy. Yeah, in a month. So
within a month.
you can only
So,
imagine.
and we had about 20 subscribers with our more like somewhat lifestyle, vloggy, fun, like little whisper challenge videos that we did. And then I was like, hey, we should probably do a reaction video just for the fun of it. I doubt it's gonna pop off, but you know, you never know. And I was completely joking about the reaction videos popping off. I
Uh huh.
did not take it seriously. I did not think they were gonna pop off at all, especially for the reaction videos that did pop off. Jada was like, "Okay, I'm down, but you're gonna have to feed me, otherwise I'm not gonna be down for it." Like, she does not like filming reaction videos at all
That's a
unless she's fully fed and she's awake. And
that's
I don't blame her.
that's always a good way to bribe people. Like moving stuff, feed them. Do this other thing. I'll give you pizza.
Yeah, like I don't blame her, but she's the type of person that does not like filming reaction videos, so it was really difficult to talk her into it. But I was completely joking about it, and then she was like, we had this day where we just filmed a bunch of videos all day. Like we probably did 4 hours of filming,
Yeah.
and we were exhausted. Like we just took a nap on my bed for 3 hours afterwards, exhausted, doing so many reactions in one sitting. um, but after I posted the first 2 to 3 reaction videos, they just popped off.
Yeah. I can only imagine like if you guys keep on posting,
Hmm.
like how much, because the YouTube algorithm, like at first, the thing is at first your videos will have like 10, 20, 30 views, but once you have
Hmm.
that like one pop off video, it seems like the algorithm just bumps you up to like a different level, and then
Yeah.
you're just it just takes you up and up from there.
But like we honestly, like personally for me, like I do like seeing the view count go up, but I could care less if it's 5 views on a video, 10 views. I know it's getting somewhere, someone's watching it. But it was just insane because I was running behind on upload dates because I usually strive to upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I missed Monday and Wednesday of that week. So the upload was basically Thursday, Friday, Saturday for that week. Those videos just popped off. Our first two reaction videos that really like hit was for a group called Now United, which is like an international pop group that um that was formed by the guy who's the manager of the Spice Girls, and he had them go big. And so he formed this like international pop group with members from literally all over the world. So we just did reactions to a couple of their music videos that we haven't seen because we've been fans of them and their music for about over a year now. And we're like, okay, let's just do it. And once those videos were posted, majority of our views were from Brazil.
From Brazil? What
Yeah,
the? Wait, so that wasn't, you said pop group, it wasn't K-pop?
no. The K-pop video didn't do as well as the Now United video.
Wow.
It
Okay.
was like hundreds of views less, but
Wow, okay.
still, yeah. The Now United video, it last time I checked, it was around 900 views. But let me check real quick now. Let me see. Because I haven't checked the views in a while, but I have checked the subscriber count. Oh my god.
What?
It's at 1K views now. And that
That's
video was posted 2 weeks ago.
that's pretty crazy. And that's like that's the thing is the more you upload, the more people are gonna subscribe to your channel, and you're gonna get those videos are gonna get bumped up. So for the first month,
Yeah,
that's actually really crazy.
yeah. But like, even so, even though our other reaction videos only have like 100 to like a little under 200 and just like slowly growing, the amount of interactions that we've got from viewers is insane. So like even if there's like 30 people that just like that viewed the video and clicked off, there would be like one person, one out of like every 45 people that commented like, "Oh, I loved your guys' reaction. You guys are so funny. Like, please do more reactions." Or we'll get comments like, "React to so and so." And like well, sometimes Jada doesn't have the time to respond back to comments, but she'll see them. So I'll take
Yeah,
the time to hop on my laptop and I will go through every single comment and respond back. I'll like give it a heart, give it a like, and respond back
that's
to
good.
every single comment.
That's good. I heard like that's the way that like Gary Vee does it. He tries to go through every comment and then he responds to them. And then over time, people love that. Like if people
Exactly. Like
comment, they love getting like you comment on a YouTube video and then the creator actually comments back, you feel so good. Or at least I do.
exactly. Like there was this one girl that I commented back to and she was like freaking out. And we only had about 30 subscribers at that time.
Yeah.
And she was freaking out. She was like, "Oh my god, I didn't think you guys would actually respond. I mean, like this is great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'll link you to the video I want you guys to react to when I get home." And I was like, so I responded back to that comment,
Yeah.
and it's just awesome. Like, there's been people that have commented that watched our other reaction videos, so we're getting like regulars on our videos now, which
That
is
that's great.
really wild.
Yeah. I can really see you guys like start building like a little community.
Mhm. And then back to the initial question at hand, because this was about the content, on that channel and then my other channel. So the channel, So the Jada and Kyra channel is a little bit more like slightly chaotic and a little bit more like it has more of my bold personality out there, more of my like wild, bold personality on that channel. So on my channel, I sort of want to not change my personality, but like I want it to be separate from the channel that I have with Jada, just so it can show more of my individual personality. So what I have in mind for that channel is to just show the softer sides of me and to show who I am when I'm alone or if when I'm just chilling half of the time because it is like two completely different people, but they're both versions of me and still completely 150% in infinitely percent authentically me.
Yeah.
So I just want to be able to have that versatility and to have that separation a little bit because there's content that I want to put out that uh, Jada doesn't necessarily like uh, for her personally, and it would just like clash with our channel and like the energy that we have going on there. So like on my channel, I just want to put out the content that I want to put out, stuff that I relate to the most, and you can tell by the instrumental music on my October channel update that it's definitely a lot softer than
Yeah.
my personality on the joint channel.
Yeah, I've watched both channels and it's definitely different. Like, I think it's important to have two channels a lot of the time too, because I've seen, even for people that do like, say they like sell stuff online, they'll have like a separate channel just for garage sales, and they'll have one channel
Mhm.
for where they're like packing and shipping stuff. So I'm just
Mhm.
saying like people will just have their own two separate channels, or maybe they'll have one channel just for a podcast, one channel just for their regular videos, stuff like
Exactly.
that. But I think that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
uh,
You alright there?
but yeah, just laughing at a lot. Um, I'm I'm just trying to think. Like there was one video that I commented on. There's this guy that I watch, and I like ever since I started like creating videos,
Mhm.
he messaged me on Instagram after I commented on his YouTube video, and then now we like DM each other. So it's kind of like almost like we're
Mm,
friends. So I feel like
yeah.
that's one reason to create too. I feel like the whole
Yeah.
point of this
It's
episode is just
wild.
like you gotta create.
Yeah, exactly. And there was this one girl, and she has really great videos. I found her video because I was looking for like review videos on this one online shop that I was like iffy about, futurely buying from. Don't judge me. For my clothing shopping habits.
Uh huh.
Um, but I commented on her video, and she commented back like she has really great editing style too.
Yeah.
Um, but she only has 27 subscribers, and I only have like 29 on my channel. Like this is from my main channel, the ShyCloud channel, that I commented on, and there's like that little back and forth. I was like, this is actually pretty cool.
It's like you guys are YouTube friends.
Exactly.
I feel like another reason to like start posting on YouTube too is like the documentation, or even on
Exactly.
Instagram too. Like I want to know what I did 6 months ago because I don't remember. Like some people remember, some people don't.
Mm-hmm. But like also, um, Gary Vee had mentioned something in forgot which video it was because I've consumed so much of his content. Like just last month, I was like I couldn't listen to music anymore because it wasn't therapeutic anymore since I listened to it so much. So I started listening to Gary Vee while I was at work, and I would go through hours and hours and hours of his content. And in one of his videos, he was like, "You know what's gonna separate us from the past, and what's gonna be left for our future generations? We're documenting now. We're content creating now." And our future grandchildren, great grandchildren will know more about us than we have ever known about our great grandparents through stories and, through pictures, because they will get to see what we have made and what we have documented.
See, that's the crazy thing. Is like we all have grandmas, moms, grandmas, elderly people. We don't know what their life actually was. We may have known they lived in like a certain state, certain
We just
town.
don't know their
This was their
personalities.
job. Yeah, you don't even know their personality.
Like, we know who they are now, but we didn't know who they were when they were our age, which I find completely wild, because by the time like we have great grandchildren or even generations after that, they'll get to see, maybe, but I'm pretty sure they'll get to see the content that we've documented and created, and they'll get to know us a lot more than we ever got to know just our grandparents in general.
Yeah. I think that's really valuable in itself. Like even if maybe you don't want to change other people's lives with your YouTube videos or whatever it is, just for documenting, it's kind of like a big scrapbook for
Exactly.
everybody in your family to maybe you don't want them to see, but
Uh,
but they can see it if they want to see it.
exactly. Like, I watch a lot of teen parent videos as well, and that's great documentation for their child. So when she becomes their age, she'll get to see their story when, she gets older, and how their life was in general, and I feel like that's very valuable.
They'll know the different struggles.
Exactly. And, me being the child of a teen parent, I hear all the stories all the time. But if YouTube was available back then, in like the very, very, very early stages, or if my mom had just documented, I would have been like, wow.
Wow, yeah.
I would have understood a lot more, and I probably wouldn't have been as bad of a kid, in all honesty. Mom, if you're watching this, I love you.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of the time people just don't have the perspective or they just
Exactly.
don't know how it was. But if you have,
Exactly.
you can also like if you read something, you can
Hmm.
write down how it was and then read it back and then have an idea of it. But if you see a
Hmm.
video of it, that's actually like what happened
Well,
during that
yeah.
moment.
Well, for that as well, I just like to point out that everyone has a different interpretation. So you can read it however you want. It's not gonna be, you can interpret it completely different. Because like when I read some of your text messages, obviously you can tell I've completely like 360 180 like your intention in the message, and you're like, no, and then you send me like a voice recording of what you meant to say, and I'm like, oh, I feel
uh,
dumb.
yeah.
So like that's also another thing. We can read the past, we can read their journals, but we will never know the exact feeling when they wrote it
Yeah.
versus if they were able to document it.
It's just such a crazy thing. So I think the whole takeaway from this episode is if you haven't already started creating, go
Create.
yeah, go and create. It's easy to say go and create, but like if you put
Don't
yourself
think.
out there, you'll get so many opportunities.
Exactly.
Uh, your family will know who you were. There's so many reasons why you should create. Some people might say, "Oh, maybe I won't get hired for a job because they'll judge me on what I post on social media." I'd say that most jobs don't really care what you do in your free time as long as it's fine and legal. I don't think there's
Hmm.
any really problem with that.
Exactly. Like a lot of celebrities have their own YouTube channel. A lot of professional people, like people that are doctors, nurses in New York, have like their own YouTube channel, or like all over the country, all over the world. People with professions have YouTube channels.
Yeah.
And it's completely different from who they are when they're at work, obviously. So, like, basically, the whole takeaway is don't overthink putting out content, but also just like something Gary Vee had said that really stuck with me is don't overvalue the people who put you on a pedestal. So don't overvalue the good comments, because if you do that, then seeing the bad comments will bring you down, because then you'll also overvalue the bad comments if you overvalue the good comments. So basically, if you are neutral but you appreciate the good comments and you basically don't let them like get to your head, either good or bad, and just keep pumping out content, you will be happier with the content that you put out. Don't overthink it. Don't care too much into it. Like, don't be disappointed in your content. Just put it out there. Like, I had to talk to Echo Flips over here about a video that he didn't want to post yesterday, and he thought it was really bad,
I
but
thought it was bad. She watched
it
it.
was
She
really
loved it.
good. I
She
absolutely
loved it.
loved it.
She said it was my best work yet.
Well, it was your best cinematic work.
Best
Yeah.
cinematic work yet. It's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys got like, you gotta also love the haters too. I,
Exactly.
I got, I had a video. It had 9 views on it. 9 views, and somebody disliked it, and I got so happy. I'm like, holy crap! Somebody took the time out of their day to dislike my video. I felt
Yeah.
so good, and all I
And
was doing was trying to
yeah,
help other people.
exactly. So, what you gotta think about people that dislike videos or leave hate comments, it takes more energy to hate and to try to bring someone down versus just giving someone your love and support. It takes so much more energy and time, for someone to just spread negativity and hate. So when you think about it, they actually cared more about your content to just try to bring you down. So you shouldn't let it bring you down because it took the time out of their day and they probably spent a long time doing that compared to leaving a love comment, a support comment on someone they actually care about.
That's true. Yeah. So I think this has been a pretty good episode. The whole thing is, please create, please document, please put out content, put yourself out there. It might be scary at first, but I know you can do it. Thank you for being on the show, Miss Kyra over here, and this has been Cody from Echo Flips. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and goodbye.